Alright, check this out. You guys are back on the Hater World, and I'm Blue Devil. What we have going on today is a video of 1090 Jake live on the news. But before we get into that video, if you guys are new to the Hater World, make sure you go over, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, like the video, and most importantly, leave me a comment down below and let me know if you guys like what I do or whether you don't. And salute to all my subscribers. You guys already know, nothing but love. But check this out. This video of 1090 Jake is making its rounds. I know it's pretty old. I saw it a long time ago. It's 1090 on the news talking about what goes on inside the prison system. Now, people are calling him a rat. People are calling him a snitch. All because of that video that he did exposing Boston Richey. So check this out. Before we watch that video, if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do so at The Hater World. Also hit me up on Twitch at The Hater World. And all business inquiries, thehaterworld@gmail.com. Very simple. So check this out. I don't want to hold you guys too long. Let's go ahead and watch this video and get you guys a Southsiders reaction. Let's get it.
New on the night team, drugs, weapons, and cell phones inside Florida prisons.
Videos secretly recorded by inmates themselves expose the ongoing contraband crisis behind bars. Brian Enton shows us in tonight's 7 Investigates.
This is the crime scene right here.
These videos are from inside Florida prisons.
Hey, old school, you straight?
Inmates passed out on the floor.
This is what a look like on mother K2.
They're on camera smoking.
Hold it. 10, 9.
They said they were smoking K2, well, the news said. I'm not too into drugs like that. You know, I know the basic drugs like cocaine, meth, crack, weed, you know, shit like that. You know, the basic shit, I know, right? Pills, I know a lot about pills. I know that, right? But as far as like K2 and all that extra shit, if you ask me, I believe it's synthetic weed, which is that fake weed. That shit'll fuck your mind up. That shit'll make you go crazy. And only because of the shit that I've seen. I believe that's what they're talking about, K2.
And bragging about having drugs behind bars. How easy is it to get drugs in a Florida prison?
Every single compound I hit, there was all types of drugs on there, whether it's prescription pills, Molly, some spots there was cocaine and meth, but nothing more common than K2.
Jacob Cherry, a former
Jacob Cherry, that's 1090 Jake. They asked him, right, is there a lot of drugs in the prison system, right? And he said everywhere he goes, he sees drugs. To me, that's common knowledge. To me, that shit is out there everywhere. The CEOs know it. The warden knows it. The inmates know it. The people that go and visit know it. The janitor knows it. He didn't say anything that considers that being secret information to bust certain people. You know, he didn't say anything to get somebody arrested. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, that fool shouldn't be on the news. That fool shouldn't be talking to the news, right? And those are facts. But we'll get into that a little bit later down the video.
posted the videos to YouTube.
1, 2, 3, 4 flips.
He says Florida inmates currently behind bars recorded the videos using cell phones smuggled inside. The videos are graphic. In one disturbing clip, water is sprayed on an inmate who appears to be convulsing on the floor.
Alright? It's not about a...
He was probably going through a bad trip. You know, he was probably, you know, twitching and fucking convulsing and having all these, you know, things happen because of the K2 drug. So they're probably pouring water on him to maybe freshen him up, you know. That's what I'm taking from this. But that news reporter said that there's a lot of phones in the system, inside the prison system. Come on, we all know that shit. That ain't nothing new. We all know that. If you guys watch any kind of prison channel out here, all the prison genre channels, all of them, I don't give a fuck which one it is. You gonna hear a story about a cell phone or some kind of drugs inside the system. Facts. Do you consider them to be rats? Let's go.
laid out on the floor not responding, and there's no staff present, there's no staff seeing this.
The Florida Department of Corrections tells 7 News they are aware of the videos, and the agency takes this information seriously. They call contraband in prisons a national epidemic and say corrections officers are diligent when they search inmates, but sometimes it's the officers bringing the drugs and cell phones inside.
The majority...
Who else could it be? Who else could it be? The visitors? Maybe. Recently there was a video on not on TikTok, on YouTube, I think, or Instagram, of an inmate recording a bunch of officers. I'm sure you guys seen it. And that guy said, that one I'll bring you in the phone for $95. That one I'll let you bone for $1,000. That one I'll bring you in McDonald's. That one I'll take the phone from you and resell it. He literally went down the line and said what every cop does. Now, to me, that is considered ratting. That, to me, is considered a snitch. Why? Because when the deputies or the higher-ups watch that video, they can actually investigate the people that are on the film. Okay? This here is all public record. Let's go.
The drugs that I know of that are coming inside is through the guys. When you're not really making any money and a $30 phone on the street turns into a $1,200 phone inside a prison, a lot of people are gonna do it.
The state says...
Now check it out. Last time I was busted was a long time ago. And it was 25 cents a day to get paid when you were an inmate worker, right? And this was some county term that I did a long time ago, right? One of the last times that I got busted. It was 25 cents a day, right? You do the math. I fucking can't even figure it out. What, like $1.50 a week? $2 a week? The fuck you gonna do with that? You know, that's not enough money to do shit. And that's for people that don't got out, people on the outside sending them money, right? You can't buy shit with that. But probably a toothbrush and some toothpaste. Probably not even that. You know, it's a sad thing that people have to, you know, do things like this. But then again, this is prison. People are going to do it regardless, whether they get paid good for being an inmate worker or not. They still going to bring in contraband. They still going to bring in drugs. They still going to bring in phones. You know, it's part of the fucking game, right? But I haven't heard 1090 Jake point anybody out. I haven't heard him single anybody out. And I haven't heard him say any names so far. Let's go.
Year, about 12,000 weapons were found in Florida prisons. 36,000 grams of K2, which is a synthetic drug that can be laced with dangerous chemicals, and almost 9,000 cell phones. This is not our first time looking into the contraband problems.
You're missing one thing, though. Where the machete at?
In 2018.
Damn. If you guys watched that 60 Days In of that little black kid with that fucking wood machete, look at this shit. Look at this shit. It'd be hard to use that motherfucker though. I tell you that. It'd be hard to use that. People think it's so simple to, it's better to have a big ass machete. I don't think so. I think it'd be easier to have the little ones because that shit you need to actually wind up for it. And by the time you wind up, you're tackled, you're beat, you're stomped on. You know, you need something where you can get up close and I'm no professional on that. Trust me. You know, there's genre channels out there for prison. Them motherfuckers will give you the whole details on all this shit. But let's go.
This video that showed an inmate pulling a machete out of his pants and another inmate popping prescription pain pills.
Work 10, man, to wash away the pain, you hear me?
How did you get the cell phone in?
Oh, that was a long story there. I don't really feel like putting it out there.
They don't search the place.
We showed State Representative Bobby DuBose some of the videos.
How neglected has the prison system been over the years?
Oh man, I mean, you know, I'm talking about not paying, you know, the officers enough, the infrastructure, the prisons are bad. I would say horrible.
DuBose says the Florida Department of Corrections desperately needs more money to fix the problems. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has recommended $60.6 million to boost pay and beef up staffing in prisons. Right now, the starting salary for a correctional officer is $33,000.
Fuck, $33,000 a year for a CO in Florida? Damn, that ain't shit. That ain't nothing. And no disrespect to the ones that make minimum wage like that. I mean, we all got to start somewhere. But I don't know what the fuck I would do with 33 racks a year.
$100. Under the new plan, officers would get a $1,500 raise after 2 years and a $2,500 raise after 5 years. The hope is better pay will lead to better officers and less contraband. Brian Entin, 7 News.
That's the end of the video. Somebody explain to me where 1090 ratted. Look. 1090 Jake did his time in prison. Got out of prison. Good standings, I believe. Never ratted, right? Never did some dirty business, right? Now he's a reporter. Now he's a civilian. As much as people want to say that he's still a blood, maybe he is. Those are his roots, right? But he's a fucking news reporter now. What does he do? What does he do? He reports on news. 1090 Jake will go pull a police report. He'll go pull a video. He'll go pull a interrogation room. Like that big old rat Pino. We've all seen that video that came from 1090. And the newest guy is Boston Richie. You know, 1090 Jake pulled the interrogation video of Boston Richie fucking being a rat. And Boston Richie is trying to bring this video and expose 1090, but you can't. You can't, bro. Listen, and even if 1090 is ratting here, it doesn't defeat the fact that Boston Richie was in a fucking interrogation room singing like a bird. It doesn't make any difference that 1090 is a rat. You're still a rat too, you know. But look, everything that I saw right here, I consider it public knowledge, you know, public record. He didn't say no names. He didn't drop no kites. Everything he's talking about, 1090, you'll find it on every prison genre channel out here. Black, white, or Mexican. Guaranteed. You know, but talking to the news, that's the problem, right? What you're doing talking to the news. I understand that part, right? But again, 1090 Jake now, his job, this is what he does as his job now. His job is to be in the media, right? And as long as you're not saying things you're not supposed to say, then it's all gravy, right? But to those that are mad because he's a white man exposing black people, I think that's where the problem comes from. You know, race. Once again, it's race. It's color. Worried about him being white exposing black men. Instead of being grateful that somebody's exposing the rats in the industry, in the game. You know, fuck whoever exposes them. We just want to know where the rats are. Now, if you got a hidden agenda, like when they try to expose those two Southsiders, the Black Southsider and G-Face, that was coming from somewhere with malice intentions. That's something different. But I would love for somebody to tell me that I got a rat around me all day. We all remember that Scarface movie when they hung that fool from the helicopter, no matter where it came from. You know, we taking care of the business. But that's it. I'm going to kill this video. We're laying, call it a day. Shout out to 1090 Jake for doing his due diligence out here and putting all these rats out on blast. That is the business. Other than that, I didn't see nothing wrong with this video. You guys let me know down below if 1090 is a rat or not. You know, and salute to everybody in the live chat. You guys already know. I'm Blue Devil. This is a Hater World production. And we out.